Namaste, dear friends. Today, meet me at the front of the mat where perhaps it's cold as it is December. So we are going to start today's practice with some dynamic movements, some bouncing. So start with some twist jumps. Bend your knees gently and twist left to right. Move your hips left to right. Speed up a little here just to warm up the body. And after the twist jumps, we'll do high knees, as high as you can, or you can just jog in place. Heart open and lifted. Now bounce on your right leg only, and then your left leg. Waking up the legs and jump in and out. Jumping jacks, you can move your arms as well, or keep them down by your sides. And now jump to the right and the left of the mat, just back and forth. And back to twist jumps, which are my favorite. Waking up the spine, jump your feet in and out, half jumping jacks. And now cross the legs, the feet, and jump to the front of the mat. Inhale your arms down, around, and up, and exhale, press the air away. Inhale, reach, heart open, expanding. Exhale, press the air away. Inhale, reach, look up. Exhale, press the air away. And this time, inhale, reach, take up space, and exhale, flat back, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and lead with the heart, forward fold. Inhale, round through the back, half lift, and heart, forward, forward fold. Inhale, roll up halfway and roll down. Just some fluid movements to wake up the spine. Half lift and roll down. And this time, inhale, half lift, flat back, and exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees deeply and inhale, roll all the way back up to standing. Arms down, around, and up. And exhale, bring the prayer all the way back down to forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, plant the palms and step it back to plank. Spread the fingers wide, core engaged, heart open. Come forward to chaturanga or belly to mat, upward dog or cobra, shoulders down and back. Optional second chaturanga to downward facing dog. Bend one knee and then the other. Sway the hips left to right. Hips high, flat back. Spread the fingers wide. Rotate the triceps away from your ears, or biceps away from your ears. Triceps in towards your body. Shake your head yes and no. Oh, that's my cat. Shake your head yes and no. And come back to the breath. Take your left hand to the middle of the mat and reach your right arm over towards your left ankle or your left thigh, back to center and over to the other side. Reach underneath over to the right. Come back to center, spread the fingers wide, downward dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, squeeze it through, step it through. Gently bring the left knee to the mat and inhale, low lunge. Keep your right knee over your right ankle. Tuck the tailbone under. Core engaged, shoulders down and back. Bring your hands to prayer. And exhale over to the left. Bring your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Low lunge prayer twist. Inhale, find more length in the spine. Grow a little taller in the spine. Press through the back knee. Inhale back to center. And come back to your breath. Press through the back foot, heart open, core engaged. Bring both palms to the mat. Flip the back toes under. Plank, chaturanga to upward facing dog. Optional second chaturanga to downward facing dog. Walk it out. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Gently lower the right knee to the mat. Flip the back toes over. And inhale, low lunge. Core tight, lengthen the tailbone towards your back knee. Press through the top of the back foot. Heart open, shoulders relaxed. Inhale, bring your hands to prayer, and exhale, twist over to the left. Take your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Inhale, find more length in the spine, lift to the crown of your head, energetically lifting the crown of your head away from your tailbone. And come back to low lunge. Both arms up, or you can keep both arms in prayer at your chest, your hands in prayer. Shoulders relaxed. Exhale, plant the palms, step it back to plank. And Yogi's Vinyasa, either belly to mat and cobra, or chaturanga to upward facing dog. Optional second chaturanga to downward facing dog. Walk it out, shake the head, release any tension that you might have in the face. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step it through, press through the back heel, and inhale, high lunge. Core engaged, knit your lower rib cage in. Find length in the spine, press away from you with the back heel, and bring your hands to your hips. We'll do 10 kick ups with the back leg. So bend deeply in the right leg and engage the left glute and kick up behind you 10 times. Focus on your drishti. Try to stay deeply bent in the front knee if possible. And kick as high as you can, engaging your hamstrings in the back leg. Inhale, come back to high lunge when you're done. Exhale, hands to prayer, and twist over to the left. Left elbow outside of the right knee. The back leg should be stick straight, heart open. Aim to get the center of your heart space to the prayer hands. Inhale, come back to center, high lunge. Take a moment here, sink deep into the lunge, feel the stretch. Hands to hips once again, and this time we will balance on our right knee, come up to the front, right leg, sorry, come up to the front of the mat, and we will do, it's not quite a back kick, and it's not quite straight to the side. It is a diagonal behind you, so bend a little bit into that right knee, balance. Keep the left leg slightly bent and use your hip muscles, your gluteus medius, I'm going to hazard a guess here, and do 10 side diagonal leg pumps. Use the muscles to pump. When you're done, meet me in chair at the front of the mat. Knees over ankles. Inhale your arms down, around, and up. And exhale, take the prayer to the mat, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, plant the palms, fingers wide, shoulders over wrist, step back to plank. Chaturanga to upward facing dog, shoulders down and back, heart open. Second chaturanga to downward facing dog. Walk it out. Spread the fingers wide, roll the shoulders down and back. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step it through, press to the right heel, and inhale, high lunge, left leg leading. Lift through the heart space, lift through the crown of the head, press away from you with the back heel, hands to hips, balance on the left leg, and we'll do 10 kickbacks, directly back. It's not a huge move. We want to stay as low and as balanced in the left leg as possible. And use the muscles to kick directly behind you and up 10 times. And when you're done, meet me in high lunge. Press the right heel away from you. Sink deep into your left knee and exhale, hands to prayer, prayer twist. Look over your left shoulder. Try to find more length in the spine, and as you exhale, twist a little deeper. Bring that heart space in the direction of the palms. Inhale your arms back up to high lunge for a breath. And exhale your hands to your hips. Slide the right foot up to meet the front. Bend a little bit in the left knee. Keep a small bend in the right, and we'll do 10 side, back, diagonal, hip strengthening leg lifts. 10 of those. Do your best to keep your balance. You can always bring the right toes to the mat to help you balance in between each one. and meet me in chair. Lengthen your tailbone away from you, flat back, heart open, core engaged. Exhale, hands to prayer, and twist to the right. Left elbow on the outside of the right knee in chair twist. Look down and make sure you can see your toes, and make sure that your knees are parallel. Inhale back to center, and exhale over to the other side. Sink deep in the chair. Inhale back to center, arms up, and hold. Sink a little deeper. Hands to hips, and we'll jump the legs to the outside of the mat to sink into squat, wide-legged squat. You can keep your hands up, you can take your hands to your hips, or bring your hands to prayer. I keep my hands in front of me. We'll do 3 small hops to the back of the mat and 1 forward. That's 1. So we'll do 10 of these. 3 small hops to the back, stay low, and 1 long hop forward. 1. 3 small hops back, 1 long hop forward. 2. 3 back, 1 forward. 3. 3 back, keep it low, 1 forward. 4, and 3 back, and 1 forward. 5. Pet the cat for distraction and a little bit of a break. You can also hang out in yogic squat. And we'll do 5 more. 3 squats back and 1 forward. 1. 3 back. 2. I'm going faster here because this really hurts. 3. Shake it out if you need to. Take a break if you need to. And then come back to it. You can always pause the video and do your 10 on your own. And once you're done with the 10, shake it out. Come back to the front of the mat. Step your left leg out, toes in line with the knees, and sink into plie. Let's fight leg tiredness with more leg tiredness, and we'll do 20 plie squats, pulses. So just small up and down movements. Make sure that your toes are in line with your knees. And then when you're done with the 20, we'll do side bends, just 2, 1 on each side. And then twist, look over your left shoulder, look over your right. And then you can roll up your mat, bring your knees to the mat, feet flexed, the inner edge of your feet on the mat, calves parallel to each other, and take a moment to pause in frog pose. Check to make sure that your feet are parallel, your calves are parallel to each other, your feet are flexed, and the inner edge of your arch is on the mat or the floor. Try to make sure your hips are in line with your knees. Inhale, walk your hands back in, bring your knees a little bit closer together, about as wide as the mat. Toes touching, knees wide, and walk your hands forward in wide-legged child's pose. Allow your forehead to rest on the mat. Allow your shoulders to release. Allow your breathing to come back to a calm, neutral, long breath. Let your hips be heavy. Let your shoulders be heavy. Inhale, walk your hands back in. Bring your knees hip distance apart and sit between your ankles, between your heels, for reclined hero's pose. You can walk your hands behind you. You can come onto your forearms, or you can come onto the back of your shoulders if that feels good to you. Just make sure that your knees rest on the ground and they're emanating directly from your hips. They aren't lifting, they aren't splaying. Lengthen your tailbone towards your knees. You should be feeling a great stretch in the front of your hips. Wherever you are, inhale, walk back up. Bring your hands forward, flip the toes under, and press your hips back up into downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step it through. Drop the back heel down and windmill your arms up into warrior 2. Check your alignment. Your front heel should be dissecting your back arch. Bend deeply through the right knee. Press away from you with the left outer edge of the foot, ground down through the outer edge of the left foot. Reach your arms front to back, shoulders relaxed. And we'll try to, in one straight hop, come into half moon. You can do this in a couple steps as well, but bring your right hand somewhere in front of your left foot, sorry. But you can also grab a block here. Left hip over the right. Find your balance, and if you feel like it, you can bend the left knee and grab your left ankle behind you with your left hand. Focus on your drishti point, focus on your balance. Find a stretch, maybe a little bit of a back bend, and then bend the right knee and step back to warrior two. If you'd like to pause and try this again, feel free to do so. Take your right hand to the inside of your right foot, side angle, press to the knife edge of the left foot. Your arms should be reaching energetically away from each other. And windmill the left arm down to the inside of your right foot. So now both hands are on the inside of the right foot. Flip the back heel up and come into lizard stretch. You can keep the left knee up, or you can lower the left knee. Or if you'd like, you can work on your splits, if you can do those. As long as you're feeling a great stretch in your hamstrings, in your hip flexor. When you're ready, plant the palms, squeeze your right knee into your right tricep, step it back to plank, chaturanga, and upward facing dog. Optional second chaturanga to downward facing dog. Walk it out here. Come back to your breath. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Windmill the arms up into warrior two. Check your alignment. Lift through the heart, lift through the crown of the head, ground down through the toes, ground down through the feet, rather. Shoulders relaxed. Lengthen the breath. And then when you're ready, bend through the right knee and do your best to hop in one straight move into half moon. Right hip opens on top of the left. Balance, use your left hand on the mat somewhere in front of your left foot. Reach your right arm up away from you. Flex the right foot. And if you choose, you can bend the right knee and grab your foot behind you, opening into a back bend or a deeper quad or hip stretch. Don't worry if you lose your balance, just come back to it. And open and breathe and find length and space and enjoyment. Now bend the left knee and step it back into warrior two. Reach your left hand forward and down into side angle on the inside of your left foot. Reach your right arm up away from you and overhead, finding length along the right side body. Press through the outer edge of the right foot. And then bring your right arm down, plant it on the inside of your left foot into lizard. So flip the back foot over, heel to the sky. You can keep your knee up and come onto your forearms. You can bring the right knee to the mat and stay up on your hands. You can bring the right knee to the mat and stay on your forearms. Or you can go into splits. Anywhere that feels comfortable for you today, as long as you're feeling a good stretch and it feels nice and it feels refreshing and rejuvenating. We're moving quickly because, like I said, it is in theory cold in other parts of the world. Inhale your hands back to the mat. Squeeze the left knee in to your tricep in a one-legged plank. Come back to plank, chaturanga to upward facing dog. Optional second chaturanga to downward facing dog. Inhale, walk, step, or jump to the front of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your arms down, around and up. And exhale, hands to prayer at heart center. From here, you can step to the side of your mat like I did, or Stay facing the front, it doesn't matter. And we'll do 10 skiers. You can either hop left and take your right foot back over to the side behind you, or you can just step, your choice, and then step over to the right with your left leg back and behind you. So I think I tried to jump here. I did kick something at some point. And take your opposite hand to the floor of your opposite foot. So it's kind of a balancing act. It's a leg workout. They're called skiers. And we'll jump left and right 10 times, sliding the back foot back and away from you. Get a little cardio, wake up the body a little more. And when you're done, come back to center. Inhale your arms down, around, and up, and exhale, bring the prayer forward all the way to the mat, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, plant the palms, and step it back to plank. Chaturanga to upward facing dog, and then optional second chaturanga to downward facing dog. Walk it out. From here, inhale your right leg up, directly out to your side. And we'll do 10 side leg lifts. Press equally down through both hands. Keep your hips high and lift with your hip muscle directly out to the right side. Flex the foot. And then when you're done, inhale that same right leg up and over. And then flip over into Wild Thing if you'd like, or you can stay in one or three-legged downward facing dog, your choice. Lift the hips high, flip back over the three-legged downward dog, and then bring the right foot forward and set yourself up for pigeon. You can also always do this on your back. Press down through the right hip, walk your hands forward, lift through the core, keep your heart open, press down through the back foot, and release. Pigeon should not hurt, it should feel nice. So make sure you're not feeling any pain. Inhale, walk your hands back in, bring your front heel a little bit closer to you. Bend the left knee. And reach back around with the left hand to hook the left foot, either in your hand or in your elbow. Strike a pose for the camera. Take a mudra if you'd like. Lift through the heart. Try to find your balance. And then once you're done striking a pose, bring that back foot a little bit in deeper and lengthen the stretch. All right, plant the palms. Flip it back over up into three-legged dog. And then bring that right foot through and across. Flex the foot and walk your hands over to the right. So your right hip is on the mat and you're looking over to your right, but your right foot is out to the left. I know it sounds very complicated, but it feels really nice on the outside of your hip. Walk your hands back into center, come back into downward facing dog, and we will do the same thing on the other side. So lift the left foot out directly to your side. Press equally through all 10 fingers. Keep your hips high, your core tight, your back long and straight, and 10 side leg lifts. And when you're done, open the left hip on top of the right, and flip over into Wild Thing if you choose, or just keep your left hip open, stretching through the quads and the hips. Flip back to three-legged downward facing dog, and set yourself up for pigeon on the left side. Your hips should be equidistant from the mat. Press to the top of the right foot, open your heart space, and then walk your hands forward to allow yourself to be heavy and relax in pigeon. I've also heard that pigeon is not the most relaxing pose for many people. I quite enjoy it, but if it's not relaxing for you, just try to come back to your breath and find some peace, even though you don't automatically feel that in the pose. Try to find it. Try to find the good in the pose. Okay, walk your hands back up, bend your right knee, bring your left foot in closer to your body, and strike a pose for the camera. You can hook your right foot into your elbow if that's possible. If not, just grab the foot with your hand as long as you're feeling a stretch in that quad. That's all that really matters. Plant the palms, come back into three-legged dog, and then bring your knee to your nose, and then thread that right foot through all the way over to, left foot through all the way over to the right, flex the foot, and then walk your hands over to the left. No right or wrong way to do this pose as long as it feels good. You're feeling a nice stretch in the hip. Come back to downward dog, bring the knees to the mat. Keep your hips over your knees and walk your hands out in front of you to extended puppy pose. You can bring your heart space or your forehead to the mat. Just make sure your shoulders are down. Walk back up to tabletop, flip over onto your bum. Heart open, core engaged, keep your lower back curved. Toes on the mat. And we'll bring left knee to right elbow 10 times. So only the left knee, so one-sided bicycle. So lean back a little bit and then squeeze left knee to right elbow. Make sure you keep your heart space open. Keep your core tight. Do your best to keep the curve in your lower back. Once you're done, readjust. And we'll bring right knee to left elbow this time. And keep your left toes on the mat. Ten times. Heart open, elbows wide. And once you're done, you can readjust. Heart open again, core really tight. Bring your hands behind you, fingers facing towards you. Lift your shins parallel to the floor. Lean back, straighten the legs, and then press forward. Bring your knees into your chest 10 times. You use your hands for balance. Once you're done with this, bring your roll down onto the mat. Bring your back onto the mat, press your lower back into the mat, lift your toes, point your toes, lift your heart space, and hold lower boat, lower Navasana. Press your lower back into the mat, press your belly in, and squeeze, 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 and when you're done, bring your knees into your chest, give yourself a hug. You did a great job. We warmed up the body, we strengthened the body. Take the left leg long, right knee into the chest, supine twist. Look over to your right. Close the eyes. Come back to center. Bring the left knee into the chest. Bring it over to the right. Supine twist. Come back to center. Bring your knees into the chest. For another hug. Roll left and right a little bit. Flex the feet. Bring your knees in towards your rib cage. Flexed feet facing the sky, and grab the inside or the outside of your feet. Happy baby. Keep the eyes closed. The attention inward now. Release, happy baby. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide. Keep your hands on your feet for a moment. And then you can release the feet to the mat. Keep the soles together. Knees wide. Gravity taking over. Take one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart. And turn your attention to the breath. Beginning to notice how it feels as it enters your body and as it exits. Bring your knees together. If you have a strap, use it. If not, just grab your calf. Keep your left leg bent or straight and pull your right foot in towards your body. hamstring stretch, and then over to the left. Continuing to focus on the breath, sending the breath into your right hip, as that is where the sensation lies at this moment. Come back to center. One more deep hamstring stretch, pulling your toes towards your face, and then switch sides. Again, if you don't have a strap or anything here, that's fine. Just grab your calf. You can keep your right leg bent in this case, and gently pull your left foot over towards the right. Grounding down through the left hip, flex the foot, send the breath energetically to the IT band, to the outside of the left hip. Come back to center. One more gentle stretch of the hamstrings, and then release the foot. Place your strap to the side if you have one, and then grab behind your knees, bend the legs and grab your thighs, and rock and roll back up to seated. As this is a class for cold days, we don't want to get too tired or too sweaty and then lay down and get cold. So today we are finishing in Sukhasana, easy pose. Close your eyes, keep them closed here. Bring your hands to prayer at heart center, and stay here a moment, focusing on the breath, turning your attention inward, and immersing yourself in gratitude for this day and every day. Namaste.